Greetings, and I am doing a second video on July 10th, and it will be about 3 steps, the first 3 steps out of 12. And by the way, my handle or nickname is Deuce, and I mentioned in the previous video that you can email me, contact me at my Yahoo email, but I didn't give that email, and so I will say what my email address is and then spell it out for you. So it's deuce468@yahoo.ca. So again, that's deuce, DEUCE 468@yahoo.ca. Now Deuce is a nickname because it's an anonymous program, and my email is also just a nickname email. I've adjusted the microphone. I didn't find the sound was very loud in the first short video, so hopefully it sounds better. Alright, so getting to 3 steps here, and we'll see how long this video can turn out to be. First step is we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. Alright, well, first step is about overcoming your denial and admitting that you cannot drink, and you cannot drink even a thimble of alcohol. Now that's a very difficult concept for most addicts. To not have power, to be a grown adult person who cannot drink a thimble of liquid solution, seems like for some reason it's a weakness, but it's not a weakness. It just doesn't agree with you. And at this point you understand that you cannot drink alcohol without bad effects, and you're powerless over alcohol, meaning you'll swear off drinking today in the afternoon, and by later this evening you might have a drink in your hand, and you've had absolutely no mental power or physical power to stop yourself. You'd have to be tied up, hands behind your back, or given a sedative to sleep the rest of the day. But what we want in recovery is to wake up in the morning and, having admitted step 1, that we are powerless, that we will get through the day, and it may be a mysterious higher power that grants us a mercy to get through the day without alcohol. And if we believe hard enough in that theory, we will not drink for 24 hours. And you can repeat that for a lifetime. The second part of step 1 was that our lives had become unmanageable, and with alcohol or without, we realize we have mental defects which prevent us from living a typical normal life, whatever that may be. Normal human skills are to be able to feed yourself 3 meals a day, be clean, dress yourself, have social skills, be able to perform a job. And alcoholics and addicts, with alcohol or without, and without a spiritual program, are very deficient by the time they come to the rooms of AA or NA. I'm going to quickly move along without leaving too much time for people to think about what I'm saying too deeply here. Step 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. So that usually loses most people, because we're not thinking in terms of somebody else directing our life. We want to direct our life. We don't understand how a mysterious spiritual force can control us. Does somebody up in the sky remotely move our legs and make us walk? No, we make us walk. But there is a power that's not from within our body. It's some power which is a very strong power that can help us to become sane again. Now, if you're still having trouble understanding step 2, which I did, someone suggested to me that I pray, because I did know how to pray, although ineffectively. Somebody suggested that I pray in order that I come to believe in a power greater than myself. That higher power, once I would believe in it, would restore me to sanity. So I prayed, and eventually I had step 2 done, because the belief was finally there. After praying for the belief in a higher power, it finally paid off. After praying for many days and weeks, the power finally arrived, and I was a believer, because I was sober after many days and weeks. But it took me a long time to grasp these basic first few steps, and it does take a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment. It's a huge challenge. But otherwise, we have to do it. Otherwise, we're condemned to a life of misery, institutionalization, imprisonment, or death. Now, this video is up to about 6.5 minutes. I'm not sure I want to get too far into step 3, so I'll try and read it, run through it quickly, but step 3 may require a whole 10-minute video just for step 3. It is made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. So step 2 and step 3 go together. So after step 2, you believe that a power stronger than anything in the universe will help you. That's very special. And now you've decided to let that power actually help you in your daily life. You know it's there, but now in step 3, in step 2, you know the power is there finally. In step 3, you're going to say, hey, Mr. Higher Power, give me a little bit of that power every day. So that's one way of looking at step 3. I'll just repeat it one more time. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. God as we understood Him is a very critical thing in the program of AA, because there's many religions, and we can't refer to God as a Christian God. It could be God, a Muslim God, Allah. It could be Buddha, or whoever. And I'll just recap that step 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. And we could say at the end of that line that I can't do it anymore, because I admitted I was powerless, so I can't have power anymore. Step 2 came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Means that power, He can do it for us. So step 1 was I can't, step 2 is He can. And step 3 is made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. And which we can say at the end of that line that I'll let Him help. So you hear this in the rooms of AA sometimes, that I can't, He can, and I'll let Him. Very spiritual program. Not something we plan as a young person that our life will be a spiritual life. Not a calling that we anticipate, but in fact it's a calling. Now I've actually been recording the video for 9 minutes, and I can't say if it's too vague what I'm covering or too advanced, but it's just nice to be listening to, hearing the words. I just find when I go to a meeting and there's people discussing serenity, people discussing a new life, people discussing and reading each step out loud, it's so pleasant because there's hope. And we're just scratching the surface, because once we have recovery, we have to pass it along. So it's quite a lifelong calling to keep and maintain our sobriety, to pass it along to others. And I hope these videos are successful in helping people. and I could make a few more videos and at least put my webcam to good use. So thanks a lot for listening. Have a happy 24 hours. Good day.